Riot's new first-person shooter Valorant is currently in its closed beta, but there's already a ranked mode and tournaments available. When the game is officially released in June, there will undoubtedly be a lot of competitive play almost immediately. To better prepare you for Valorant's bright future as a competitive game and as an esport, we're ranking the agents in their current state so you can pick a main that brings you success. Alright, let's start with the S tier. These are the strongest agents on the roster with the most win potential. The first is Cypher. Cypher's ultimate, Neural Theft, has been used in 60% of winning rounds in competitive play, making it the best ultimate in the game right now. Once thought to be pretty insignificant, the ability to know where every enemy is on the map is now considered detrimental to the game. That's because at higher levels, Valorant players actually press shift. Who would have thought? Anyway, Cypher's abilities allow him to hold down sites alone, another reason he's often at the top of every Valorant tier list. Often duking it out with Cypher for that top spot is Sage. Sage is the only healing agent in the game, making her a must-have on almost every team. But it's actually her map control and defensive prowess that put her at the top. Her slow orb and ice wall, barrier orb, effectively hold off enemy attacks with ease. And then we have Breach. Breach earns a top spot in the Valorant tier list because of how easily he disrupts the enemy team. He currently has a 49% win rate on attacking rounds. And basically, if played right, his abilities can become unavoidable, pissing off the entire enemy team. Just ignore your chat. Moving down to A tier, let's take a closer look at Brimstone. Using his abilities like Sky Smokes and Stim Beacon, Brimstone can easily lead a charge, taking over sites with ease. And once you have control of the site, his ultimate, Orbital Strike, ensures that the enemy team never gets that control back. Owen is the next agent on our list, which may surprise many Valorant players. Once thought to be a pretty lame agent with obvious abilities that can be easily outmaneuvered, Valorant players who have put time into the agent have proven that he is actually pretty overpowered. He currently has a 70% round win rate in tournament play, thanks to his mind games and control-oriented abilities. Next up is Raze. Everyone's dreams came true when Riot nerfed Raze in the latest patch, but what people soon realized is that Raze isn't really all that OP. They just didn't know how to play around her yet. How many Overwatch players remember the nerf Bastion cries? Yeah, we do too. But now, we know that Bastion's easily outplayed if you understand the maps and even have just one good strategy to deal with him. Yes, Raze has a lot of firepower, and yes, her ultimate can one-hit knockout. But Raze has no map control and no utility. Although she's still a great agent and can hold her own in solo queue, she doesn't make much of an impact as the agents listed before her on this list. Phoenix is another aggressive agent with a lot of aggressive abilities. Run It Back is the second most impactful ultimate in the game right now with a 57% win rate. And that's because it not only allows you to rush in and get some kills with no consequence, but gather valuable information about what lies ahead of you for your team. Again, it's a game all about information. Speaking of information, Silva is headlining Tier B. Valorant players are currently trying to find all the best spots to land his recon bolts, which reveal the location of nearby enemies. Most of his kit revolves around gathering this kind of information for his team, and the only reason he isn't higher on that tier is that he really can't hold sites that well at all. Jett is the next B tier agent, and there's a reason why big name streamers like Stroud keep playing Jett. And no, it's not because she's good, it's because she's fun. Who doesn't love using her abilities to jump up to unexpected perches? And how awesome do you feel stalking the map with your daggers at the ready? But sure, her kit is actually pretty lackluster in the grand scheme of things. She fails to really make an impact during the game, unable to hold sites, deny access to areas, or control much of anything. But you can move fast. Finally, there's only one agent in C tier, and it's Viper. Basically, all of Viper's abilities are worse versions of other agents, so there's that. Her smoke ability is just a worse version of Brimstone's, and her other abilities don't really stop the enemy team from pushing forward. She currently has the lowest pick rate in competitive play at 13%, but she does look awesome. Valorant is only in closed beta for a few more weeks, but it's become clear that its gameplay is quite similar to Counter-Strike, meaning agents with strong defensive and tactical abilities fare much better than aggressive fraggers who just want to blow things up or throw daggers. Of course, things can always change. That's the beauty of metas and tier lists. They're always changing and they're always up for debate. Let us know in the comments which agent you think should be higher on the list, or which agent is definitely being overhyped by the community.
One tap. 3, 2, 1.
One enemy remaining.